Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. Today I am recording the 5th video in this series on how to start a corporate headshot photography business. Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is a big one. We're going to be talking about pricing, what you should charge, and pricing is one of the two main things that I get asked about when it comes to headshot photography. Number one is, where do I get clients? And secondly, what should I charge? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, it's not going to be a fluffy conversation. I'm actually going to give you numbers. But before we do that, we need to have a quick conversation about the different types of pricing models that you might want to use for your photography business. So for my business, over the years, I've tried to implement several pricing models, and I've only gotten two to work. And so those are the ones that I'm going to discuss today, because there's no point in talking about the other ones because there's no way that I can guide you through those to get them to work successfully. So we're going to stick to the ones that actually worked for me. And the first one is by having packages. So the packages model is when you include several components and you provide that at a discounted cost. So for example, you could have a 1-hour session and 3 images, and you package that up at a particular price, or you can then offer 6 images or 9 images or whatever. So it's a package of different things that you supply at a discounted rate. Now, I used this model for a number of years and I was quite successful with it. But then I found out that I was probably leaving money on the table because the packages that I had didn't necessarily address the needs of my clients. And then that is when I moved on to the second model, which is more of an a la carte model. And the reason I like this pricing structure is that it's super simple, not just for you, but also for your client. And the way that it works is that every item on your price list has an individual price. So per one item. I'll give you an example. So if you charge, let's just say for argument's sake that you charge $10 per hour for a photography session. So if someone wants to stick around for 2 hours, then that would be $20. Okay, there's no discount. It's just the number of units times the cost. If somebody wants to buy 4 photographs and you charge $5 per photograph, then that's just $20. So there's no discounts depending on volume or anything like that. It's completely mathematically based, and that's really easy for the client to understand, so that it's this complete clarity and it's completely transparent. Now, I started using packages when I first got started because I think there's something about packages that makes it a little bit easier to sell, especially if you don't like selling. And most people don't. So when you have packages up on your website, it's easy for the client. You can just show them the page and then they can choose whether it's 3, 6, 9, whatever your packages are. They just pick a package. And then when it comes to picking the images, there's not really any pressure because they already said that they're going to buy 3 or they're going to buy 6. So it's a little bit different than the a la carte or the individual pricing. But it doesn't mean that you can't start off with a packages model and then move up from there if you're someone that also feels uncomfortable with selling. So the reason that I moved away from packages was that I noticed that sometimes my clients would come in and they would say, for example, that they wanted 4 images. So my packages were 3, 6, and 9. And what I noticed that they did was they wanted 4, but I was only offering 3. So they would go for 3 instead of going up to the next level where they would get 6. They didn't need 6, they needed 4, but it was easier for them to cut down back to 3. And that's when I realized that I was leaving money on the table and I decided to switch. And it wasn't even just about the money. The thing was that my client was walking away with something that was different to what they came in for. And so why give them the choice? Just give them exactly what they want. But again, if you want to start off with the packages, by all means, do so. And then you can always move to a different model at a later stage. And by the way, is this helpful? Please let me know in the comments section, because sometimes it's really hard for me to know if I'm on target with the information that I'm giving you. I want to help you with this stuff. So if I'm not giving you what you want, please let me know in the comments section and I can always add it to a future video. Okay, so let's talk about some numbers of what you can charge for all the different components in your photography. We're going to do the individual prices because then that gives you the option to go and group them together and make packages if you decide to go that way. But then you've also got the individual prices as well that you can use. Okay, so let me just say that you can charge whatever you want, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the prices that I used when I first got started method. And it's up to you whether you feel comfortable enough with that, but I would recommend that you don't go below these numbers. Now, obviously, I've raised my prices since then, and it's taken me up till now to get comfortable with these new prices. But when I first got started, I was charging $50 for a 1-hour session and $35 per edited photo. Now, this is on the low end, and I realized that, but when I first got started, I needed to build up my confidence that my product was worth what I was charging. And this did a number of things. First of all, because I was coming in at a lower end, it meant that it was far easier for me to book more clients. So for the most part, I was booked all of the time. And this had another effect where it was making me feel more comfortable around people. And when it comes to headshot photography, one half of the photograph is all the technical stuff in the camera, but then the other half is dealing with people, because when you learn how to deal with people and make them feel comfortable, that's when you're going to get the best expressions and the best looks out of their photographs. Now, like I said before, $50 for a session and $35 for a photo is on the low end. But the idea is for you to feel comfortable with what you're charging. Now, when you do get to that point where you feel comfortable, that's when it's time to look at your prices again. And I would recommend increasing them by anywhere between 15 and 20%. Now, some of you are going to feel uncomfortable about doing that. You need to fight through that and just do it anyway. The idea is to keep raising your prices over time, gradually, to find your sweet spot. Another thing that people ask me is that, well, won't it be more difficult to book clients because my prices are now more expensive? The truth is that if you raise your prices by 15 to 20%, you're probably not even going to notice a difference in the number of people that are trying to book you. And look, even if you get a slight reduction in the number of bookings, it doesn't matter, because now you're charging anywhere from 15 to 20% more. So the idea is to actually make more money by doing less work. And I recommend that you do this every 6 months. Just keep raising your prices between 15 and 20% until you get in the maximum profit with the least number of sessions. And for myself, this has resulted in me booking a maximum of 2 sessions per day. I could probably do 4 or 5, but I find that just booking 2 sessions a day gives me a really nice profit, and I'm not working myself to death. Anyway, I hope that this video has been useful. If it has and you'd like to support me, you can do that by clicking the like button. It makes a big difference to me and to the channel. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do and click the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I upload a new video. And next week, we're going to be talking about marketing. So if you don't want to miss out on that video, do make sure that you subscribe. Also, if you have any questions, please make sure that you leave them in the comment section below. That is the best place to get in touch with me, and also everybody benefits from seeing the questions and answers. Otherwise, you can reach me through any of the usual social media platforms, and you're going to find all the links in the description below. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.